someone on Instagram or Twitter. I don't even know. It's not in my control. I've put him out there.
What official channels?
I've
Flashpoint doesn't have any social media.
I've released the pictures like a swarm of locusts. They could be anywhere.
Oh no. Well, we'll see if they are portents of dark times, or if we are going to actually see something wonderful here happen for the Swedes. Perhaps Father Odin will look down on them with pity and grant them mercy. The power to defeat their enemies, because there are Danes on the other side, and Swedes and Danes have been fighting for a long time.
The grenades start to fly in. There's one for Dark Spot. In they go. This is quite the execute into this B bomb site. It'll be retake territory for Complexity, but Fnatic have closed the distance. Now it's Complexity's turn to do the same, and they will do exactly that. Hello, says Poison. Rush is still alive somehow. I thought his reload was going to get punished. This is a very interesting chase. He's pulling them completely out of the bomb site. What angles do Fnatic have now based on this? That was a simple great play just to allow them to chase him, and indeed Fnatic lose all angles on the B bomb site and are executed with no mercy by Complexity.
Config getting that second kill doesn't even let JW survive. But that is so sick from... All right, so this is very meta on Inferno, right? To play 4 on A and then 1 on B, play a retake sort of scenario. Just shut down the apps push if it happens. But Complexity were so quick into mid. They were so quick into Banana, just rotating so hard onto that B site that Fnatic had no way to get on top of it. And, well, I mean, Fnatic also kind of need to hit some shots at some point. So, unfortunately for Fnatic, the form that they had towards the end of the second round, or second half of Mirage, has not carried over here to the beginning of Inferno. But tell me, who actually won that round, James?
The immortal question. Some might say Fnatic.
Indeed, they have an AK. So, AK Galil. And, well, let's see. There's quite a bit of firepower here on Fnatic's side. BlameF going to be in a position to do some work.
Ooh. Not much BlameF can do about that. He's in trouble now because the entire Fnatic team are down here. Okay, well, there's an overperformance from BlameF. We've got a Brolan with 9 HP as well, and the Incendiary is down. It's not supposed to happen quite like that. And there goes Brolan as well.
Way.
A 4K with a UMP and a HG grenade from BlameF. Absolutely outrageous. Team's really looking for that ace as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes down Banana again.
Just run. Dude, BlameF, go. Go, you have my permission.
When do you see an ace with a UMP? You don't?
No way, dude. That is an insane... That is never supposed to happen. Unfortunately, he will not get the ace. Are they close enough to pick up the AKs? Are they close enough to get the rifles? Go, go, go. Nope, not going to happen, unfortunately. They were not close enough. But that is outrageous that he manages to pick up a triple there. The quad with the HE afterwards, whatever, the damage is done. It's the fact that he gets 3 kills with that UMP. That is so silly.
Yeah, it is perfect range, of course, for the UMP. It's the damage fall off, which is the main reason it went out of fashion. But you just don't see that many kills with a UMP. It's a rare purchase, but there's all kinds of unusual purchases here. We have the MP5s out for Complexity. But if you're going to use the MP5, I feel like the CT side kind of makes sense because, of course, with no tracers, you can get away with spamming smokes a little more. Yeah,
I like to see Rush trying to get involved here. If they go A, he'll be able to make the money. You've got 2 MP5s, in fact, in the mix. Config wanting that as well. So actually, I'm a little bit less pleased about this setup because JKS has got the UMP. There's one too many SMGs in the play right now. Because they go to A, they go to B, you're going to be getting kills, but now you have to split the kills between Rush and Config on A. So I'm actually kind of hoping they go B right now, Fnatic, just for JKS's sake. And BlameF dying is going to prompt that. So let's see, can JKS make up for it? No Kevlar on Fnatic, so they will get murked by a UMP.
He's trying to hold on to that utility for as long as possible now. And these are really crucial seconds for Fnatic to try and bait out that util. Has indeed been deployed because they will be low on time once that's gone. Now, is there a proactive play before the smoke disappears? I wonder. We can see that Config's made his way towards top mid and sees that nobody's there. And more counter utility. Again, this is a combination of things happening. Config being top mid, the Incendiary going down towards the B bomb site. They are reading that as fair chance it will be a B play. Rush is down and Config's making his way down towards bottom banana. JKS now trying to stay alive for as long as possible. Gets his bell rung. DUMP is back again. The bomb's at his feet. Config, the cavalry's here. Brolan now 14 seconds to plant the bomb. Well, they've killed 3 people, Fnatic. No bomb plant, but they did a lot of damage.
They did. I mean, 3 guys going down, actually having to spend quite a bit of money here, Complexity, in this round to re-equip. That is the best case scenario for Fnatic, barring a bomb plant. Managing to do quite a bit of economic damage to Complexity. They still have to kind of respect him here. Complexity can't really get too ahead of themselves in terms of these duels. Clearly, Fnatic are ready to pounce. And so BlameF getting a little reminder there to kind of pump the brakes a little bit and not get complacent like we saw at the beginning of the second half of Mirage. 3 to top banana right now, right off the bat. What are the nades going to look like here? Brolan down to half, and the HE follow-ups. He's just stuck. Just fully locked out.
Beautiful. Hyenas should watch this. Poison now with a classic Fnatic setup in the apartments. Vintage, if you will. But there is a response from Fnatic. They've made inroads on long, and the bomb is in tow in the hands of Golden.
Indeed. Crims can really throw things out of whack here. Up in Palace like this, up in apartments. Why do I always want to call this Palace? Mirage's Palace. But up in Apps. Now you're going to have Fnatic rotating over with 4, but there's 3 players here for Complexity. This is actually a pretty decent setup because Brolan, he could be in a world of hurt here. Config, yep, flash around the corner, rush with the peek. Not going to commit, though. And well, now the defense is just traded places. This is all over the place.
Massive swing from Golden. 2 kills from Fnatic. Make it 3. This round is over.
What in... That was all over the place. They've managed to just completely avoid each other until Fnatic are already on the bomb site pretty much with 4 players.
Credit to Yakinio for moving up long and trying to find something for Fnatic once they lost the player that allowed them to move into this position. Quick on the trigger finger. It's their turn to have the luxury of the AK-47s, and they use them well in round number 4 to get their first round on the board, Fnatic. Leaving Complexity with BlameF and JKS and a lack of money. They've got financial problems here. Complexity. We'll see if they buy around these weapons. Did you see that that mod somebody made where the bomb sites kind of fall to pieces when the bomb explodes?
Ooh.
It's really cool.
That is neat.
I don't know how viable it is, generally speaking and performance-wise, to be in the game, but if there is a way to do it, that would be, considering, you know, the game is at a stage where it's constantly evolving, that would be a great evolution, I think.
I mean, for production side, for sure. But
right.
From a performance side on the PC part, like on the player side, I think that might be a bit of a stretch considering players want to max FPS as much as possible. Unless you have just one of those race car PCs, you know. I
don't know what the performance impact is like, but I'm sure some people who are watching have tried it. So if you have, then send me a tweet. Let me know if you thought it made much of a difference. I'll get round to looking at it at some point. 3 Clicks Philip made a video about it, but I was just busy doing some stupid stuff. I don't know. Anyway, Complexity will keep their money together, so they won't buy too much around these weapons. The Desert Eagles, of course, have been collected by 2 of the 3 pistoleros, lacking a primary weapon. Sometimes these Eagles have a counterweight on the end of them because the kickback from the barrel is such...
Excuse me. In real life?
Yeah. They
have a counterweight.
Yeah, so I fired one. We were going to make a video, but because it had the counterweight on it, wasn't exactly the same as the one in the game, so we didn't make a video about it, but I did shoot it. There's a video on YouTube where a woman fires a Desert Eagle, and the barrel hits her on the forehead afterwards. Yeah. So the counterweight is to stop things like that.
Well, yeah, it's also just proper technique, I guess.
It's almost like a mohawk on top of it. Well, Complexity have got a chance, it seems. They will be holding the B bomb site for now, and they've got a man advantage, and that's going to be made too. The Desert Eagles will activate once again, and Config is out of there. Not going to outstay his welcome. Not going to risk trying to rescue the weapon, but to keep the numbers alive is the priority. And the potential crossfires. JW trying to catch a reposition, but Config's going back and forth. But the spatial awareness is to be credited there. He really isn't giving him any chance, and Poison will activate from up top, leaving Golden alone, wondering what has happened to his team. Tries to bait a peek from Rush, and again, Complexity just playing really, really well and not giving much.
Yeah, Rush doing a fantastic job. I mean, just staying alive that long is so important. He's down to 15 seconds now, Golden, and he obviously wants to try and back off and save the AK and Kevlar for the next round, and that's just not going to happen. All because Rush just stays put and does not peek. Sometimes you don't need to go for the fight. Sometimes it's more valuable for you to just stay alive. And so, Complexity doing an excellent job here with this buy. I mean, that's really just a save. They saved the 2 rifles and just bought a few deagles for that round. That was supposed to be a wash kind of round for Complexity, and yet here we are, 4-1. Complexity on the CT side. That is certainly going to feel good for them. Whereas for Fnatic, it's a bit of a disaster.
It's so cool that they make no assumptions, Complexity, about where it's safe to rotate back to. Could see on long, then even make their way back to the site. What on earth?
Beautiful. Double HE.
That's the advantage, I guess, of that forward smoke, is that it gives you a bit more depth to go deep with the grenades.
It's so sick.
That's fantastic.
I love that he gets the second one in there. The follow-up, that's monster.
We see the full picture. When do you see HE kills like that? Fantastic stuff. And again, this is, as far as I'm concerned, a vintage Fnatic setup we see in apartments. One of a few that we used to see all the way back to Pronax days.
But that's noise being made, and so that is actually going to keep Config and Poison locked over here. Rush as well. So no early rotation over towards the B site. JKS and BlameF are playing so far back as well. They will have no warning. Fnatic, look at this. They're even going in. So clever, so sneaky.
In they go into a crossfire, and we can see the swing through CT spawn. Was that spotted? BlameF doesn't necessarily seem aware right now. There is a flank off the flank, though. Down goes BlameF. JW with the 180, and Rush is just not ready. Can't get the gun out in time. Great play there by JW. Keeps his team with a chance. A jump peek, maybe taking liberties, but Crimson's here to trade. Some pot shots, some hopes through the smoke from Poison.
Config, what are you doing?
Oh my God,
way.
the bomb carrier, and now what does Brolan do? We've already got Poison on his way to the A bomb site, as is Brolan. They're both full committing here. But Poison starts to doubt himself. He wonders. Brolan with an AWP, 24 HP, jumps over to a default plant. We'll see how far he's willing to go after planting the bomb. Maybe goes back up short into apartments. He will go into the apps. If he's scoped in, there we go.
No grenades to work with, though.
Not scoped in yet, so it will be a quick scope.
This is going to be very difficult for Poison. He has no grenades. He needs to find Brolan, and Brolan has done an excellent job of repositioning himself. It's going to be highly unlikely for Poison, unless Brolan takes a peek here.
Oh, the angle. The angle! Oh, no! Oh, he's missed it! He's completely whiffed!
I don't know what to say there, James. That's just, you kind of wish you didn't see it. That's so painful.
Look, man, it happens to pros as well.
It does. Yeah. It doesn't only happen to us mere mortals.
But I'm streaming. The only clips people make are when I do things like this.
Dude, he shot between his leg.
What?
He shot between. He was still slightly moving, and he shot like right to the right of him.
It looked like he was dead to me.
That's so nuts.
That looked like he got CSGO'd.
I need to see that again. Can we see that again, please? Can we see that again, please? Let's see it again. We need an investigation here. Let's see it again.
What in the blazes?
That was ridiculous. No? Can we not see it again?
We'll give them a second.
Production, please. There it is. Let's see.
You mean between his leg? That's his chest.
No, yeah, between his chest is like his hip. He shot to the right. He was still moving. That's the thing. He was still moving. He's used to rifles, James. I need to see it again later.
I don't know. I need. He may have still been moving. Moving and accuracy. Oh, I don't know.
So painful, regardless. That is, that is so. I hope it does not like tilt him off the face of the planet now.
Sometimes it. Oh,
there we go. Yakinyo's got something to say.
Yeah, I hate being on the receiving end of that specific peak. It's so annoying.
Ooh, Config
I almost
want to
punch the desk, and I'm not even playing.
Config using the opposite bait. That's sick. No, but it doesn't work.
And now the swarm comes. The Zerg army spreading the creep, but
that works.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hold things down. Bombs need to be collected. JW again. He's been instrumental with some of these kills. Let's not forget the CT flank in the previous rounds that we saw. Now he looks over the smoke, and JKS may go straight into this. He saw a silhouette, but can't quite make a fatal connection, and those may be some warning shots which send Complexity away as Fnatic get some T rounds on the board here.
Yeah. They might have enough to buy in the next round Complexity. They could force it. It's going to be cutting it a bit close, but it's possible. Whereas Fnatic, I mean, they are just counting their lucky stars. What a shot from Yaquinho to kick things off.
Yeah.
And Config, that is, I mean, you can see just how low Broline and Golden are. Him not being able to, collect those kills, truly problematic. This is such a weird situation. Like, these rounds that, rounds are being won that really shouldn't be. Obviously, the last one where Broline misses the shot, but this one where it's essentially an eco coming in from Fnatic, and yet Config is whiffing. Let's see. Yeah. Bizarre.
And Tech9's.
And so now, while we get into it here, Complexity, they do have just enough for a buy. Config going with the Deeg. We have that AWP on Poison. And Poison not going to find a target just yet. I like the aggressive hopping coming in from Poison, though.
Yeah, real aggressive. You can see him still holding position, but at some point, he will be exposed to the gap of Boiler, although he was pretty deep on that angle, actually. But there was some risk involved. Fnatic will establish control of Banana. Now, what is the response from Complexity? We can see them creeping up short. 2-man on road. And Poison will head towards the A bomb site. You can see him going around CT rather than Speedway. If you're top Banana as a T, you can hear CT's running up Speedway, which is why he goes around the long way, so as not to give the cue that he is rotating over. Because that is information that could cause a 5-man push into the A bomb site. There's a trade from Config. He'll look to fall back, and JW, maximum JW gliding through the air. And that's the bomb site taken. Now, with the weapons that remain in the hands of Complexity and their lack of positional advantage, the only choice they reasonably have is to save for the round to come.
Indeed. And just chill out and really just hope that you're going to be able to start getting some more money to work with here for Complexity side, because you need to be getting more grenades so you can actually control these spaces. Right now, Fnatic, they're able to take advantage of the fact that Complexity have had a couple of low buy sort of scenarios where they really haven't been able to get their feet under them. So very consistent play coming in here from Fnatic. This is nice that they are actually managing to get that kind of death ball approach together, which is so dangerous. You put yourself in a position to trade. Doesn't matter if Config picks up one. There's another guy there to trade on Fnatic's side, and then you work your way onto the bomb site. So now we're going to get to see more of that here coming in from Fnatic. 3 guns saved for Complexity. Not quite enough money to go for a buy, so we should just have these 3 guns. Let's see here. This is Config's perspective. Nice little shot there. JW, though. Okay, then. JW has some of the most beautiful movement in CSGO, though.
Yes. And Inferno is a classic JW map. And I mean that in terms of behavior, of course. Everyone's played this forever. But again, and Fnatic as well. It's a signature map for them. And we'll see JW now. There'll be no signature in this round, just Scorched Earth. Poison will head towards the A bomb site, B bomb site, excuse me, with the AWP.
Good. Could have an impact here.
Crims may be expectant. Oh, that's a mistake. Now, oh, they're lining up. He's unlucky just to hit one of them there. And the dream is collapsing for Fnatic in round number 9. Crims and Jaquinho versus 5, made 4 as Poison is dropped. They need to take out JKS, who's just simply trying to buy time here. You can see a little jiggle, and that'll be an opportunity for Crims. Rush with the USP's caught Jaquinho off guard, and he can't pull out the gun in time. Switches weapon, no need for a reload. And here comes the charge, up on the barrels. The elevation will allow the kill. Synchronized peek, and 3 will survive for Complexity.
double AK AWP save, and that was again a save round coming in from Complexity. And so again, they managed to win a round where they really shouldn't, and all of this off of the aggression from Poison. The peek in his second mid, he was definitely feeling it when he started re-peeking coffins over and over again. It's like maybe pump the brakes there and just hold the line so they can't actually get onto the bomb site. But still, he'd already done his job as far as the round was concerned, and the rest of his team were there to pick up the slack. So congratulations to Poison. Again, another monster round from him. Complexity certainly happy that their AWPer is feeling it today. Nice attempt here from Yaquinho. Going to make it out. Ooh, never mind, never mind. What was that? Yaquinho doesn't know where to stand.
Such is the nature of Banana. It's going to be hard for him to walk into a peak pre-bomb plant now, since he really can't take a bullet. JW saying hello. Now, the way that smoke was thrown, they could see the trajectory of it. Can they make a read based on... that's not a normal smoke you see deployed by a CT side. Does that suggest a potential a rotation towards the A bomb site by that CT? I don't know, but that is where Fnatic headed regardless. And we can see that there are 4 Complexity players expectant of a play towards A. JKS left just with an M4 on the B bomb site, so it's a read from Complexity. But as things become quiet, BlameF starts to wonder, perhaps starts to douse himself. Poison ahead of the smoke will catch the kill regardless of the flashbang, looking towards the apartments now, but who will cover his back on long?
He's got his teammate. He needs to trust his teammate. Rush is there to watch long for him. Poison just needs to hold the line on short.
Swing and a miss. We've got trades as the push comes through from Fnatic, but there are so many Complexity players here. Headshots coming in from all angles. Crim's cleaning up, however. He's given himself a chance. BlameF, though, could stop him before he can pull the gun out. And there it is. Right place at the right time, and Complexity moves to 7.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, fortunately for them, Rush was able to save the day there, but Poison at that point needs to trust his teammate more. Needs to just lock onto an angle, because that allowed for the gap to get onto the site and to start the ball rolling. If he's just holding his angle and he trusts Rush to do his job, I mean, it's a winnable situation where Complexity just smash Fnatic. Instead, we wind up with Crims nearly clutching it out for Fnatic. So 3 rounds still on the T side for Fnatic. Complexity, they're definitely feeling it, but they need to keep their cool, and they need to clean up the comms in those tense situations. Poison has taken the lead with 10 kills, though. Man, it feels good to say that if you're a Complexity fan right now, because he has had a bit of a dry spell lately, been a bit up and down in terms of individual performance. But now Poison, he is certainly playing well today. Flash over the top. Poison blind.
Brian just goes left enough. Poison still fishing for something. He's alone on his B bomb site. He has no smoke. Oh, he just deployed it, actually. In the meantime, Crim's poking, prodding.
Ooh.
Switch out. High health player comes in. And that's why it's useful to have a bit more health, so you can just take a bullet or two as you're going for an aggressive AWP play. Waiting for the smoke to go on short now. Golden's going to move through first. Oh, that took a second or two. But Rush is in a position where he could do even more. Drops the bomb, but Yaquinho's here to trade. But this has cost Fnatic a lot of personnel. JW trying to identify where the remaining players are. We can see Config behind double stack, allowing his teammates to rotate in as they try to identify where the remainder of the A defenses are. Yaquinho, that is beautiful from him. Config still static. Waiting for the play to be made. Swing and a miss from Yaquinho, leaving JW 1 versus 2. Pre-fire onto Config. He'll be making a how about that for a bomb plant? Poison coming in from short now. JW made the right angle. Elevating, but Poison's ready for it. Complexity with another one on the board. They're becoming expensive, but they're still coming out on top.
What is this death match that is going on right now, though? Yaquinho has got crazy speed on his shots. You keep thinking that he's going to miss these quick flicks, but no, he just hits them every time. It's actually really impressive to see him come into his own individually as an op. But this just feels like DM sometimes, man. They're just going taking shots at each other. It's whoever hits the headshot first. Nicely done here from Config initially, but man, Yaquinho's so quick.
Rush maybe at the end of his mouse pad there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. A little bit of a, just barely off. And he's not expecting the third guy there, but good on him to predict, balcony going to be coming next.
If you missed the first map of this series, it was a very dominant first half from Complexity all over mid in Mirage, and it was a very strong comeback once the sides changed from Fnatic. And they're starting to end up in a similar position. Different sides, of course, but Complexity are pulling away from them once again. We're seeing a lot of bomb plants, though. But now we're seeing a lot of diffusers as well from Complexity. We would like to close this out in 2, I'm sure. Tech-9s for Fnatic from start to finish across the board. Poison, multiple targets for him, won't outstay his welcome. Doesn't take too much damage from it. If that hit, my God.
Yeah, that would have been, I would have felt pretty bad for Broline there if that hit.
Yeah, and Complexity keep doing this deep smoke top mid, which is quite scary. Let's not forget those grenades we saw earlier on down to T ramp to get a cheap kill.
We're going to have an explosive play coming up here from Fnatic. They've had so much success running it close here on the A side. It feels like they want to go back to it again here. And with the Tech-9s, why not? They're allowed to close so much ground. Config, though, going to mow them down. Poison and Config working in tandem. A lot of pressure getting poured on, though, by JW. Finds a kill on Config.
How on earth has Poison come out of that with a kill so low? I love the confidence we're seeing from him. 9 rounds for Complexity. 4 rounds in a row.
Nicely done there by Poison. Now that is just an explosive play. Tech-9s, you're hoping to just close the gap and get as close as possible. So you can get, you just bind, shoot to mount to scroll wheel, and just freaking run around with the Tech-9. Go at it. But yeah, you are getting that smoke down to bottom mid. It's giving a lot of room to maneuver. May see the evolution here.
Look at that, grenades. Where's the spray, though? There's got to be an adaptation where you see that smoke and you just start spraying.
Yeah.
Or just tapping in that direction.
Golden doing a little bit of that there, but yeah, you're right. It's not enough. So Poison already, we've seen this before, but it's been a little bit. You can see, though.
Showed the steel toe cap. Some hesitation from both players. Brolan prodding the B bomb side. The bomb was right behind him, but he has to fall back. Don't want to be losing that. JW will be punished in the meantime. Fnatic losing opportunities, losing control around Inferno. There's the lurker towards A eliminated. We'll see how Complexity respond. They don't have vision towards top mid now. Choosing to drop back. Still 2 players just about towards B. We can see JKS with 20 HP.
BlameF is in position to put some, yeah, exactly. He sees this coming. Put some shots through. Molly's going to go down. Push should be coming through any moment now. And they are out of grenades on this B site. And so Fnatic should be able to get in here, but BlameF going to find that first shot, doing a great job of just staying alive right now.
27 seconds, making them really work for this, and it's proving so costly for Fnatic. Poison towards the end. And Complexity moved to 10. Score looking similar to the first half of Mirage.
Oh, that's so good. 10-3, double digits again for Complexity at the end of the first half. It's just more of the same. It's what we saw on Mirage. A very dominant start to the map for Complexity. And yet, in the second half, Fnatic were able to run it back and make it a very close match on Mirage. So even with this scoreline now, I've learned, don't trust, don't believe their lies.
Yeah, but they really will have to depend on that pistol a little bit in the second half as well. So we'll see if they tick that one off. But first, we'll see if they can get any more rounds on the board. Poison has plans for these players. Into his basement they go. 3 kills for Poison. Config here to keep Poison alive. Highlight real frags as Brodan looks to be the 5th and final victim.
Dude, I can't remember the last time we've seen Poison just popping off like this. Hitting shots, Poison. Quad kill in the round. Fnatic with the half buy. So, I mean, it's not a full buy. It's not against rifles, but still, I mean, not missing much, Poison. He is looking so good right now. 18 kills on the board for him. Taking the lead on the server. He is doing work. Not a single player on Fnatic is in double digits right now, Bartol.
That's the problem.
It's almost as if It was actually a problem having that Molotov behind him because it forced him back into mid to take another fight. It's like, no, run away, Poison. We don't want you. Ah, no, shoot.
See if they can get a 4th round on the board here, Fnatic. Not looking likely at present. It's a flow of consciousness from complexity, and they communicate with violence.
They're just getting chipped everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of attention to detail here from complexity, that much is sure.
Some pretty good utility damage. 313 utility damage done by Rush. 233 for Poison, so not bad. They're doing some work.
Who's doing the flashbang work?
That's always the question, isn't it? Right now, BlameF actually leading on that one. But then Poison and Config are helping. 5 flashes, 4-4. The nades are just looking superior. Although Golden has set up with 11 effective flashes from Golden, though, dude. You know, he is really just trying to do everything he can to set his teammates up. There we go. There we go, J-Dub.
Moves into CT. That flashbang actually could yield him another kill, but he is running around a lot, and BlameF will hear this. We'll see if he's got the angles, JW. Now, is it A or is it B? Well, I think Complexity have figured it out because they're moving down mid, trying to delay if they can on this B bomb site. Here comes the charge. Golden first to get deleted, but the trades are here. 2-on-2 as Rush is just around the corner. Brolan's ready to delete, though. Now, the question is, where is Config? Coming from the same direction. Lost half his health, but he's still alive. Crim's moving into the coffin position. Behind the smoke. Maybe the last thing Config is expecting, but he makes no assumptions.
He is actually just fully checking this construction area. Very interesting. Config has got a read on this situation entirely. Now Crims has to be the one to wonder, which angle is it going to be?
There we go. A late round for Fnatic after an arduous, arid half here on Inferno. The CT side comes next. We'll see if they can make it close again after the break.
Since I was a child, now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do? So I better use my legs and run before it is too late to flee. I feel there is no other way. It's what I can do, what I can do. Babe, I want to be with you, but you know there's music too. Don't let jealousy alert you. Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right.
All eyes on Fnatic. They have a big uphill struggle, although both these teams are looking to return to form. We'll see if Complexity can close this one out quickly. This pistol round so crucial for Fnatic, otherwise they're in so much trouble. And Yukinho is going to take one in the face immediately JW playing for maybe a second kill, but there's only one there. Nicely done by him. He's got high ground advantage. Yakinio delivering in the meantime. BlameF gives his team a chance. Bomb collected, soon to be planted. 2 on 3. Advantage Fnatic. There is a flashbang for Golden as well. Brolan creeping top mid. The remainder of Fnatic in long. They've got the range advantage as far as Rush is concerned. BlameF with the USP will even the distance.
Well, gentlemen, you need to make the play soon. There is a kit picked up on Golden, however, so there is a chance. 3 players looking to face BlameF. Flash goes in, Rush on point, has to take this. Not going to do it, though. He gets overwhelmed. 1-for-1 trade. And BlameF in a position to stop this defuse. There is no time, no room for error. Body block coming in. He's just putting shots through, and he kills the wrong man. Disaster for Complexity. He kills the wrong player. What a fantastic body block.
You've got to respect the human shields. Absorbed all the bullets. The USP just doesn't do enough versus... I'm not sure, I'm assuming he had Kevlar there. I wasn't paying attention to that bit, but he really did absorb those bullets one way or another. He was the human sponge, Brolan.
That's so sick. Well played. Yep. Those are the details. You always line yourself up and just put yourself in front. That was really well played there.
Yeah, I think he turned around at some point. I'm just wondering why. I'm not sure if it was to try and avoid getting headshot or what, because the priority there is just to absorb.
Yes, absorb the bullets, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, that's a much-needed round collected. We can see Complexity have not gone for a full investment. Again, it is the hero AK-47 on Rush and a bunch of pistols, half Deagles, half P250. P250, most balanced weapon in the game.
Indeed.
The honest pistol.
Really?
P250.
I still think $300 is... Okay, whatever. We're not going to get into that argument that we've been having for 8 years. But nicely done by JW. Catches out Rush. That's the AK down. BlameF should be able to recover it, and he will. He has Kevlar as well. So he will be a threat to the defense here on this A site. JW and Crims right now trying to do the best they can to cover a little bit of ground. JW needs to try and see if they're going to wrap through CT. So he's over here with his teammate. But that leaves Crims alone, and he's going to have 4 players barreling down on him. Here we go. Nicely done. MP7. Not often we get to see this SMG in action. Crims doing a good job holding his own. BlameF. Oh, what? Gets robbed? How does he not get that kill? There we go. But that split second just costs him. Brolan is going to deny it.
I think I heard 3 headshots through the corner of the wall there.
Yeah. He definitely thought he was dead. He definitely thought, okay, got that guy. Don't need to worry about him anymore. Unfortunately, however, that was not the case.
Well then, consecutive round won by Fnatic. But that wasn't a true test. Again, it was a light buy from Complexity. The full buy comes through now. The AKs to try and overwhelm the likes of the FAMAS and the MP9 and the CTs in general. Of course, after the hero AK-47 from rushing around prior, he'll have the Desert Eagle only, but perhaps there'll be a weapon for him to collect. Maybe one of his teammates, maybe one of his opponents. Strong control of Banana from Fnatic. They are behind a T smoke, though, but they'll boost over it, so not terribly concerned.
Indeed not. Indeed not too concerned at all. They are going to be able to rotate over towards that A site, and for now it seems like Fnatic are just gambling, hoping that this is going to be the hit. Golden has been forced back, and soon they will have control of top banana here, Complexity. Although that is an interesting smoke. That was a smoke put up by Complexity to top banana.
Yeah, it makes it awkward for the CTs to really set anything up properly on banana. They may favor falling away. They will creep through the corner like rats. They will seek to spread disease and famine on the B bomb site. Golden, the only man here, trying to hide in plain sight. Needs some help, needs a flashbang or something. Not sure if there is an angle. Well, there's an angle for a headshot from JKS at the very least. Advantage Complexity. They take the bomb site, and they'll take many heads with it. Fnatic still holding on though. The bomb's on the floor in front of the site. 24 seconds. There's a lot to play for here. A lot of things could happen. Yakinio going to get popped by a rush, and now it's down to Crims.
They need to swing them together. All three. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he's found a 1v1. He'll dance around the pillars. Rush has collected the bomb, but has he got an angle to plant it just about by the barrels? Crims giving himself some cover as he looks to move forward, but again, there may be a double peek here. Indeed, there will be from Complexity, taking the game into their hands, and they move to double the score of Fnatic, 12-6.
Indeed, 12-6, and very quick through, and also just keeping aware that the flank can come as well very quickly. And so that was Brolan on the edge of the smoke. He was the first one through. He did drop that bomb, but it wasn't enough. And so Fnatic now are going to have to start wondering about these calls, these gambles, you know, trusting that it was going to be an A-hit. Complexity fully get a read on that situation and hit that B site before the full defense can get established for Fnatic. So Fnatic, we can see in the facility together. Tactical timeout getting called. And as far as the money is concerned for Fnatic, it is not going to be pretty. This should be Complexity getting up onto 13 rounds. There isn't enough for a buy here from Fnatic. Just have not been surviving with enough players. Only one player surviving the pistol, 2 players surviving the last round, or the round prior to Complexity winning. And so, yeah, eco round coming up here for Fnatic, and Complexity should be able to extend that lead. And Complexity should have to read on it as well here. They know what the money is like, but not seeing any nades, not really seeing any pushes. Should clue them in. And now you want to kind of see the death ball approach here from Complexity. Ideally, they group up together so that they cannot get overwhelmed and give guns away for free to Fnatic. JW with the Zeus.
That is quite the swing. That's hilarious to watch. The prospects of that.
Very nice here from Complexity, though. Full-on death ball.
Yeah. What is not hilarious is the dire straits for the Swedish squad at present. Complexity are closing in on a victory. Fnatic very far behind now. But again, both these teams are in need of more positive results, and Complexity are definitely stepping in the right direction in that respect. The drills are out. Home improvement for Complexity.
And if they keep all 5 alive here, Complexity as well, that's going to do so much work.
When people tap through smoke like that, they really should be doing the Terminator theme. Dun 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 dun.
Okay.
That's the only respectful tap. I want to hear people do that. Because it's still kind of erratic, you know?
Okay.
Unless people realize what you're doing. So let's get that Terminator theme going.
The thing is, we already got a player nicknamed the Terminator, and he's not on this team. He's on FaZe. And he's also in the lower bracket, so we'll get to see him soon.
We will. But you have to be the Terminator. Never mind the nicknames. You need to go out there and just be a turret. You need to kill... Oh, no. Actually, never mind that. It's going a bit too far on that one.
That was a bit scary. Do they get a quick play here onto the A side here? Complexity Rush is about to check, and they want to hit a timing Complexity. They really want to push through here before there's that third man rotating over from B, but they are not in position on A site Fnatic just yet. JW, though, with the hero kill on Rush.
Look at this post up from Fnatic. Crossfires in the bomb side. They abandoned long immediately, and Brolan is on the way. We have a traffic jam on short, but they're forcing their way through the cars. Crimzeal get dropped on after taking out JKS with the MP9. 3-on-3, and the bomb site still isn't clear yet. Yakinio with the angles. BlameF now, 1 versus 3. They don't seem to know where he is. You can see Brolan clearing short. 56 seconds. The bomb is deep on the bomb site. Needs to find himself a 1 versus 1, but Brolan will take it into his own hands. My God, the angles from Jaquinho. Not easy frags to find on the A bomb site.
It's becoming so much more popular, though, to just drop that smoke on the A site if you're on CT side and just play around it. Create angles for yourself to work with and just maintain that element of surprise, because unless they fully clear it, you know, they're expecting Crimson fine. Okay, they think it's done. And then surprise, surprise, Yakinio's been lurking in the smoke on the A site the entire time, and he murks you. BlameF, though, man, why do I get happy vibes from BlameF? It's just like, look, he's not going to be... Just check the corners, you know what I mean? He's not going to be with the main body. Just check the corners and you'll find BlameF. Nice try there, config, but it's not meant to be. He gets picked.
What is Happy up to these days?
Valorant, I believe.
Ah.
Nice shot from JKS, though. Catches JW with a nade. Oh, I mean, a lot of the French Belgium scene have kind of shifted over to Valorant, haven't they? Existence, Scream.
Plan B.
There you go.
Desert Eagles for Complexity as Fnatic are on the catch-up once again. If they're going to do this, it's going to be the hard way. Desert Eagles ever dangerous, especially in these hands. We've seen them get a lot of Desert Eagle kills. Notably for Fnatic, we would say Yakinio with the Desert Eagle in this series. But Complexity almost across the board, they've been putting in big damage. Now that smoke allows them an opportunity to get close to the site and kind of burst out of it.
It's not very far forward. They're going to be able to group up as 4 and just really go through it fast.
Yeah, but this is a crossfire. Lasers from Fnatic. They might be right here. Look at all the jiggling.
Huh. Poor Rush. If I die in that situation, I'm on Rush. I'm just like, guys, come on. Like, you need to swing with me here. If I'm just going to jump through and nobody's there behind to even try to trade, they're all just jiggling, that's not good enough. But still, doesn't change the fact that Complexity are still up by 5 rounds in this half. 3 rounds away from securing a spot in the next match. And Complexity going for the tactical time out here. We got the AKs. Not enough money for an AWP picked up.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is a fight for survival. It's an early bath for one of these players.
Indeed.
You got many baths in Sweden? Do you have a bath?
Yes.
You have a bath?
Absolutely.
More
I have a
respect.
bath. I have a sauna in my house.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm a steam room kind of guy, you know?
It's the whole point of buying an old house, because they actually had saunas back then, right, in the old houses. So just bought a
Nice.
fixer-upper, and I had a sauna. It's like, sweet. That is legit the best. Saunas, man, is so good.
Even now, from the E-League days, I have a frozen membership at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel for the spa and the steam room.
Yeah, but you are a spa kind of guy.
I am, yeah.
You really do. You gravitate towards
I look
that
after
every time.
myself,
Indeed you do.
apart from my toes.
Yeah,
They're all mashed up from playing football.
and dropping PCs.
Yes, that too. And again, Complexity are 3 rounds away from survival. There'll be some blocking in the smoke, but who will realize first? There's a spray from Bran. He smells a rat.
And oh, that rat ate some poison. Poison is out of it, but now you're going to get the apps pop. Rush is set up with the flash. JW, this is it.
Oh, that's a big frag. The A site has been taken. I don't know how much Crims can do about this. It goes from bad to worse for Fnatic. And it may be a trip to the sauna unless they can turn their fortunes around. How many rounds can they really afford to give up here? I think they've got to go for this one. 3 versus 3.
I don't know, though. They don't have money for the buy in the next round unless they can get a kill within the next 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, Crim's looking for a lurker in the apartment, so they feel the urgency, but how much will they commit to this? They've all got defuse kits. They've got a fair amount of utility as well. They can deal with the pit angles to some degree, but that bomb is pretty far ticked. Config hiding in the graveyard will be the Reaper. And they're all going to just go to the point of no return and die, making things a little easier for the round to come for Fnatic, for Complexity, excuse me, as money is broken now for at least 3 of the Fnatic players.
Indeed it is. That's the whole painful aspect of that round is if you back off and save, well, obviously you're letting Complexity get up to 14 rounds, but now you're going to have a broken economy and it's going to be a very poor buy. Very nice timing for Complexity to go for an apps pop. They haven't used that yet. And to just get top bracket control like that so early just means that Rush can set up with the flash, everybody else can get in and just get ready to go. JW just got hit with a truck, essentially, and that's a tough place to be. 14-8. Ooh, nice shot from Crims. Config has had a rough couple of rounds here.
Yeah, but score-wise, it's looking pretty good for Complexity. Oh, just as they stopped holding angles, but Poison will deliver regardless, as he has in this series. Through the coffin, Golden is sent into one himself. And that leaves 3 CTs, but they just don't really have the tools here.
No, indeed. Oh, he sees JW coming. How annoying is that? Crims attempting a shot, not going to happen. And this is going to be it, James. We're coming up on match point for Complexity. And Fnatic going home with hardly any points to speak of. So as far as the standing is concerned, I mean, 13th to 16th, you get 250 points.
What, unicorn points?
No, RMR points, what they're fighting over right now.
Oh.
There's a little bit of cabbage. There's a little bit of money to win. Not much prize pool, 50,000 prize pool total. But the RMR points, I mean, you go home with 250 points if you go out now. First place gets 1,600. So just to put things in perspective, those points are going to be hard to come by. There are not going to be many RMR events this year to qualify for the major coming up at the end of it.
Yeah, to wait till you see my points in a blind spot today, mate.
Yeah. Not looking forward to that.
Well then, there are quite a few match points for Complexity as they look to add one more round to their tally here on the T side of Inferno. We slide past the pretty flowers and the lily pads. Doesn't kind of betrays the ugliness that is to come in this round once the guns get firing. There goes the chicken as well.
The slaughter. Oh, what a play.
Well, that's exactly what they needed. Good start, but how will they finish? Continuing to deliver. Crims gets a number of kills out of that. 3 kills in the middle of mid beyond a smoke grenade. He's given his teammates a chance. Brolan trying to figure out which way to go. Was considering heading towards A, but you can see the communication. JW has gone through apartments. He has an angle to see if anybody crosses towards top mid. Therefore, they can keep 2 players towards the B bomb site. But Complexity, what do they do now?
That is an admirable round. What a strat to call from Fnatic. Even if they lose this round, they can say that they went down fighting. They did not whimper. They did not play defensive on the site, scared. They took the fight to Complexity. But now Complexity can buddy up here. They can play as a duo. Golden and Brolan are setting up shop on the B site. Golden is actually going to serve as bait here. If they kill Golden, they may not think that there's a second man on that bomb site, and that could let Brolan just shut this down. So let's see. Golden holding close.
A continuation spray as well,
Yep.
but BlameF gets there eventually. He has a 1v1 on the side,
And
but
he has no
moving
idea.
in with his knife. He is not going to make it. No pole vault for him.
Brilliant work. That was perfect from Golden. What a bait.
Indeed. Just need 6 more rounds like that. And they're good.
I love it. I absolutely adore seeing a round like that called by Fnatic right now. Look at this. This is the man play coming in from Crims, man. Just no fear, through the smoke, got Yukino at his back, and he just goes in fighting.
He went down like Iron Man there.
At least you have that round to look back on if you're Fnatic. At least you played boldly there at the end. But now, I mean, it is going to be a round of eco coming in here from Complexity. They don't need to rush things. They have such a lead. They've at least guaranteed overtime. So just take a round here, go for some deagles, whatever. And then in the next round, you can get fully equipped, fully bought up. But Fnatic, that's a round to admire right there. Glad to see it. They've bought themselves another chance at this. Beautiful thing about CSGO is that it is never over. It is not over until the very bitter end. Even if your team, even if they're at 15, it doesn't matter. You can run it all the way back and you can get into overtime. We've seen crazier things in the past. 6 rounds, absolutely doable on the CT side of Inferno. Just got to believe. Do you believe, Bardolph?
It's always possible. I come into this with an open mind. I was just reminiscing about that plant pot noise. It wasn't like they broke a plant pot in spawn, and it wasn't like the normal plant pot noise. Oh, never mind. There's just no time because Poison, the Hero AK, the Sentry, the Dalek, the turret on wheels. Moving through towards the A bomb site. Look at the numbers. This could be the end. They're going to collect even more rifles and take post-plant positions. They've got smokes to isolate the fight, to smoke off long. It could be a brutal end. This is where you plant the bomb, people. Plant it for pit, make the CTs face the wall. Oh, the HG grenade over the roof. Hold on a second.
So sick.
They're giving themselves a chance. Poison's turn to go for that plant now. He will slightly change things up. Just as I tell people to plant there, of course the planter dies. But anyway, they're edging forward. JKS is on the bicycle. Up and down he goes. Trying to catch his players off guard. He'll get his bell rung though. But there's one more piece of utility for Complexity, a crossfire. And there are 2 Fnatic players left fighting for survival in this RMR. 2-on-2 now. BlameF with the deagle. Poison will be dropped down to BlameF. Shooting around the smoke. And it's not planted in the usual spots. So it's going to be harder for him to deal with. Crims is here, runs out of bullets. Fnatic now 5 rounds away. You do start to wonder.
They can breathe a sigh of relief there that they actually managed to make that work and have a smoke left to block off the pit and to eliminate BlameF from the equation. BlameF again not able to have an impact there. But look at this turn of speed here from Poison. Straight up mid so fast that he just catches him with a nade. Fantastic. Complexity playing with no fear. Obviously that was just an eco round for them, so win or lose, they're here to do damage. But this is going to set it up now. Fnatic full buy, full nades, everything that they need. Complexity can say the same, however. So now we get into the thick of things here. JW, is he going to hit the timing on this? That is unfortunate, man. Just a half second later and JKS eats that HE. I like the change up though from JW. And so Golden and Vrolan now trying to lock down this B defense. But we're going to get Apartments control at least a little bit of info here for JKS early on. So they have that info to work with. Minute 10 on the clock for Complexity. And we may very well just get the full, yeah, we're getting the nades lined up here. We may just get the full B take coming in here from them. In a moment, 4 players towards A for Fnatic right now. Complexity can hit a brilliant timing.
Establishing control of Banana with a minute on the clock. Oh, wow, that's a very, very aggressive smoke from the T side, and they are Wing all the way. The W keys are broken. There's no stopping them as Golden tries to stay alive. Roland coming in, trying to do what he can. Golden's still here for now, but not for long. 4-on-3 Complexity. Config deep in construction, and Crims may not be ready for this one. Or maybe he will be. Grenades flying through the air as he waits for his next engagement. He won't win that one. 2 Fnatic players left. Deep in Sentry will force Poison forward. Manages to swing, and JW will get him eventually. They've both got kits here. The double J's, Yukinho and JW. Flashbang allows a peek as they continue to close in, but that clock is ticking. Got to check for the pillar. One spotted. Where's the other one? On the coffin, so they've got one more to find. BlameF now falling back as they line up for him, and that's going to be that. 16-10 for Complexity. They survive in the RMR, but for Fnatic, it's home time.
And they have done it. Complexity have broken that streak. They were on an 8-map loss streak, just not able to get anything going their way. And here, when it matters most, they survive for another round.
That was an entertaining game. I think Fnatic were on the back foot the entire time, but they did mount some comebacks. It was a great one on Mirage.